Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's make sure we're all live. All right, let's see here. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's make sure everything's all set to go. All right. All right. Yep, looking good on YouTube. All right. Let's make sure we're live on the X.com. Let's check and see. Good. We are. All right. Let's see if we are live on the Twitch. Are we live on Twitch? Let's see. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Tuesday. Yes, sir. It's Tuesday. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. All right. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. We're just getting ourselves all set up. All set up here. Do your thing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. All right. Let's make sure we're live everywhere. All right. Let's see. All right. All right. All right. Just getting ourselves all set up on the social media platforms. How are you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you guys had a greenable day yesterday and hope you guys had a fantastic day today so far. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Good morning, everybody. We're just getting ourselves all set up, to chill out and do our thing. All right. All right. Let's see here. All right. Okay. Get ourselves all set here. Boom. All right. There we go. All right. There we are. Get that set up over here. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Say hello to the people, by the way, DVO Moms.
Hello to the people, DVO Moms.
Oh, she's getting smart with me.
I do that.
She is. She's getting smart. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Get the YouTubes. Let's share it to the YouTubes. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day, man. I hope you guys are having a good day. Let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's share it up real quick. Let's share it up. All right. Okay. All right. All right. There we are. Get this shared over here. All right. There we go. All right. There we are. All right. There we go, ladies and gents. All right. There we go. Alrighty. There we are. And there we are. Alright, ladies and gents. Alright, let's get ourselves all set up and started. Alright. What's up, guys? It's Double Nicks, and welcome to another episode of Microcap Mornings. I am your host with the most. They call me DBL Nicks in the house, aka the Rainmaker. And I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around in the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Other times she likes to regular ski. Other times you shoot her out the cannon, she goes whee! And then there's other times where, you know, she will find stonks like SMXT, which ran up a nice, well, 69%, or actually 72%. And then stonks like AIP, STAK, STTK, and GHLD. All those good stonks right there. We call her DBL Moms. Hey! All right. So, let's take a look at some stonks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at some stonks over here. But before we begin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share. Because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you like what you see and you want to see more, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And also, check out that link in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section, to get our 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for only $1.99. Link to join is in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, because yes, there are lots of baggers, lots of times. Let's see here. There are a couple of stonks that we found that are moving. AIP 72%, CYCC 68%, OPAD 30%, RUBI 90%, STTK 60%, and SMXT 72%. We actually did a video on AIP last night, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube. So be sure to check out our YouTube for stonk reviews like that one, because we actually came out with a stonk review last night. Yes.
Yes, we did.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Indubitably. All right. So, right now, we're taking a look at SMXT over here. One sec. Boom. Get this over here. But yes, so let's take a look at SMXT over here. Let's zoom in the room. We have a couple of things going on here with SMXT. Boom, right here. Shot upward. And then it had a small ABCD and a bit of a pennant over here. Has to break through that pennant for it to be somewhat schmexy for me. 2023 gainer says the Bulls looking to stampede through August 2. Well, hey, man. I'm looking forward to it.
That'd be great.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. I am truly looking forward to the Bulls stampeding. You know what I mean? And you know, toppling the Bears. You know what I mean? Toppling the Bears. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. So yeah, I like it. I like that. I like that positivity there. 2023 Gainer, we got this. Yes, sir. All right. So let's take a look at SMXT. So far, SMXT had a shot upward, made a nice small tiny ABCD, then proceeded to just curl over here, bop, make a little pennant. So that's what it's got going on there so far. It's a bit overbought in the RSI, so we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on. Currently up a nice 68%. Had a nice high of 72% though. Had a nice high of 72%. And they did have a pretty high float. The float is about 33 million and change. Actually 35 million and change. Volume was 37 million and change. So you got that going on right there. That's what you got going on right there. But the price has been relatively reasonable. It's just that the float is heavy. The volume's heavier than the float. The volume's heavier. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. But yeesh, that's what we got going on there. That is what we got going on. SMXT had a nice high of 72%. Now currently 68%, so it is down a little bit. But can it curl back up? Maybe. We'll have to see what happens. Let's get some support and resistance lines over here. Yes, sir. Let's get some support and resistance lines over meow. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you got any stonks that you want us to check out, be sure to let us know by commenting. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Yeesh. Put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put it in the chat. All right. So, yeah, that's what we got going on. SMXT currently needs to break through that pennant over there. Has to break through the 150 support line and bust through that 169 resistance. Has to hold above that 150 support line though. It's got support at 90 cents, $1.07, 120, 129, 139, 150, and 169. Ish. Ish. Has to be SMXT. SMXT. And I think they got some news as well. That SolarMax Technology was awarded a $127.3 million EPC contract for 430 megawatt battery storage project in Texas. And SolarMax Technology surges on that same news of the $127 million EPC contract for Texas battery storage project. So they basically have a big old storage project going on here, and right now has to hold above that 150 mark for it to be so much maxi to me. But otherwise, we'll see what happens over here. Let's check out LIDR. LIDR. Lima, India, Delta, Romeo. All right, let's see. Currently, LIDR is having a nice uptrend over Mya. Boom. Let's see if it's got the volume, though. The float is 18.29 million, which is heavy. Volume is 1.67 million, so it is very light on the volume, ladies and gentlemen. Very light on the volume. It's got a nice uptrend going on here, but again, very light on the volume, so I'm proceeding with some caution here, in my opinion. A little bit of caution, in my opinion. A little bit of caution. Never hurt nobody, right? You know, I'm looking at this with caution. But there was 8K news that came out. A little bit of insider buying. And then also AI to participate in the JP Morgan Auto Conference. There was news about that just came out. And JP Morgan is pretty famous. Pretty famous. And currently they're moving upward right now. All I'd have to say really is that hopefully they get some good old fashioned volume. You know what I mean? Get some good old fashioned volume. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Had some water. Water, you know. You never know how. You know how it is with water. Me and water go hand in hand. All right. So currently it's still moving up right now. LIDR. Moving up nicely. A little bit overbought on the other side, but that's okay. It is what it is as long as it gets some more volume. It is above the VWAP right now, so that's pretty good. The volume is slowly creeping up now. It's 2.45 million as opposed to 1.18 million, which is what it was before. So, yeah, got that going on right there. But LIDR is still on the uptrend. Still on the uptrend. Needs more volume, obviously. Needs more volume, in my opinion. But other than that, hey, it do be like that sometimes. It do be like that sometimes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, that's what we got going on there. That is what we got going on. Let's see here. All right. And, yep, currently LIDR is moving up. Again, they have news that they're going to participate in the JP Morgan Auto Conference. So, we'll have to see what goes on there. We'll have to see what goes on. But, I mean, JP Morgan, that's a pretty big company. That's a pretty big name. Them some big names, ladies and gentlemen. They got some big names here. Yeah. That's like a who's who. You know what I mean? Type of who's who of the big companies right there, JP Morgan.
Big companies, big companies.
Yeah, big company. Big company.
Look at the beautiful tools you got there.
Yeesh, yeesh, yeesh. All sorts of good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We got all sorts of good stuff. We got the beautiful scanner over here with clickable links, percentage change, whether it's the trajectory of the stock, the time in which the stock was scanned, ticker, price, volume, and float, all in one scanner right there.
That's what we got.
With clickable links that have all sorts of information on them pertaining to the stock that is, linked, obviously, hyperlinked. And then, of course, we got some beautiful, lovely newsroom. We got the beautiful newsroom over there with clickable article links, as well as the clickable article itself, a little synopsis of the article, as well as the tickers that are being affected by it, and clickable links for said tickers that are being affected by it, so you can get all the information there. Very effective little research tool, if I may say so myself, in my opinion, right there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeesh. So right now, LIDR is currently forming a bit of a top tail. We don't like the top tails, DBM moms. We like the bottom tails. Yes, sir. We like the bottom tails.
Yes.
All right. So that's what we got going on there. That is what we got going on. LIDR still moving its way up slowly. Has a bit of a top tail still. Needs to curl up a bit. See what happens. We shall see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. We shall see. But right now, LIDR is currently up 28%. The volume's slowly creeping up still, because now the volume is almost 4 million. Instead of what it was before, which was 2 million and change. Now it is climbing up slowly, ladies and gentlemen. Slowly climbing up. So we'll see what happens, ladies and gents. We shall see what happens. But right now, it's still pretty... The float is still a pretty heavy float. Has to keep curling up for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Let me actually get some support and resistance lines over here. Might as well. Might as well. Might as well. All right. Let's get some support and resistance lines. Bop right there. And bop right there. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. So, let's get this over here. There we are. All right. So, 2.43... 261, 276, 287, and 297, as well as 310. Those are all support lines. And then you got 331, which is the resistance line, which it just tested, by the way. It tested that recently. Now it's going back down a little bit because it is a bit overbought on the RSI, and there's not much volume either. So it has to hold above that 310 mark and break through that 331 mark for it to be so much maxi to me. At least in my opinion. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. Yeesh. But right now, AI, which is the name of the company, is to participate in the JP Morgan Auto Conference. So we'll see what happens with that stonk. We shall see what happens. Can this curl? Maybe, maybe, maybe. I mean, it did have a nice movement upward, but again, it has to exceed the volume, ladies and gentlemen. It has to break through that volume for it to be so much schmexy to me. All right, let's take a look at Lobo, L-O-B-O, Lima, Oscar, Bravo, Oscar. Let's see what we got over here. All right. L-O-B-O, currently on a bit of an uptrend. Again, I don't think this one has much in the terms of volume. Let's take a look at the volume, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the volume for Lobo. We need some volume for Lobo. All right, the float is 3.1 million, which is reasonable. Volume, however, is 1.19 million, so it's slowly creeping up there. Slowly creeping up, but right here, Lobo is having a massive uptrend. Bop, right over here. Boom. Right? So that's what they got going on over here. Now, Lobo, we'll see what happens with it. We shall see what happens with it right now. Yeesh. Has a lovely little 0.67 float, or excuse me, support is at 0.67, 0.73, 0.77, 80 cents, 83 cents, 86 cents, and then this resistance is at 92 cents. So you got support at 86 cents and then resistance at 92 cents. So that's what they got going on so far. That is what they got going on. We shall see what goes on there. But the float is 3.1 million. Volume is 1.37 million. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Has a bit of a top tail going on for it. That is what they have going on. It's a bit overbought on the RSI. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, we'll see what happens. The volume looks like it's trying to creep up to the float. So, again, we'll see what happens with it. We shall see what happens, ladies and gents. We shall see what happens. But right now, LOBO is currently forming that top tail. We don't like the top tails. We like the bottom tails. So we'll see what happens here. We shall see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going, by the way, ladies and gents. Let's get that share party going. Let's share it up, share it up, share it up. Yeah, share it up, and be sure to check out that 4-day trial for real-time alerts and scanners for only $1.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. Yes. I mean, there's quite a few, there's a lot of baggers a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm just saying here. I will say, though, we did call quite a few baggers yesterday. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 baggers yesterday. We called 7 baggers yesterday. We called MWYN Mike Whiskey Yankee November, which was 102%. All right. And Papa Hotel. Excuse me. Boop, my bad. Oopsie. Yep. Actually, no. We called Papa Hotel Lima Tango PHLT 115%. Tango November Oscar November 125%. NAMM November Alpha Mike 152%. MSW Mike Sierra Whiskey 153%. EQ Echo Quebec, which went 242, and LOBO, which we actually just now called again, up 247%. And right now, it looks like it's trying to test that high right here. It looks like it's trying to test that high. The volume is still creeping up. Volume is now 2.03 million, and the float is 3.1 million. So it's creeping up there, ladies and gentlemen. It's breaking through right now. LOBO has just broken through the 92-cent line over there. Let's see what they got going on. Let's see what they got going on, ladies and gentlemen. Currently climbing, though. It's climbing. It's climbing. Making a nice little climb over here for itself. All right. Currently, the new high is now 94 cents. Resistance point support is 88 cents. Resistance is 94 cents. So we'll see what happens again, forming a bit of a top tail. We don't like the top tails. We like the bottom tails. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. But right now, currently, LOBO looks to be moving a little bit. Moving and grooving. So let's see what they got going on there. We shall see what they got going on there. But for now, let's take a look at ELWS. See what ELWS is doing. Yes, ELWS. Let's see. ELWS. All right. ELWS, not a lot of volume. I can tell just by looking at it. ELWS up 23%. Very, very choppy. Very choppy. Let's check the float and the volume. The float and the volume. The float is 916,000. Volume is 92,000. So, not feeling that one. Very, very low on the float. Not liking that. Very, very low on the volume. Extremely low on the volume. Not feeling that either. Very, very sporadic. Very, very choppy. Not liking this one. Not feeling it. All right, let's take a look at LOBO again. Lobo. Let's see what Lobo's doing. All right, LOBO. Let's see what we got going on. Duel says, "Wow, you guys are on fire." Oh, thank you, Duel. Thank you.
dude.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So, LOBO currently moving upward. Moving upward. And ladies and gentlemen, if you got any stonks you want us to look at, put it in the chat. All right. But yeah, as far as LOBO is concerned, again, let's take a look at that floating volume. Let's take a look at that floating volume because I think it's still curling its way up. The float is really starting to catch up to the volume. Float is 3.1 million. Volume is 2.77 million. And it looks like Lobo just broke through the high again. Now up 95 cents, 96 cents. Moving its way on up, slowly but surely. There we go. 97 cents.
Wham.
All right. Yep, still moving, still moving, still moving. All right. Can it break through 97? Let's see. Can it break through the 98-cent mark over here? Let's see what they got going on. Yeesh. Duel asks, "Are you guys trading live daily?" Yeah, we normally trade daily, but I mean we don't trade on stream. But yeesh, we're just right now doing some stonk reviews. We're checking out the stonks right now. We're just eyeing up some stonks. But yeesh, we're doing our thing. So yeah, we also got a beautiful little thing going on here for our real-time alerts and scanners for only 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for only $1.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out because that's where our ticker tape is. That's where our beautiful tools are. That's where all the good stuff is, man. And Duel says, "Holy moly, this sounds like an auction." There we go, man. Yeah. I've been told I speak a bit like an auctioneer. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not, but hey. I mean, I appreciate that. I'll take it as a compliment, man. Let's see. LOBO currently up 31%. Let's see what we got going on over here. Has a bit of a top tail. We don't like those top tails. We like the bottom tails,
Yes,
ladies and gentlemen.
We
do. And the volume has extended past the float. I'm liking that. The volume is higher than the float. Float is 3.1 million. Volume is 4.34 million. So that's what we got going on there. That is what we got going on there. Again, the support line is at the 92-cent mark. Resistance is at $1 so far. $1. So we'll see what happens here. Has a bit of a top tail still. Can it break through? Maybe. We'll see. I'm rooting for it, man. I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting for it. You know how it is, ladies and gents. Rooting for it. And let's get a share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going. Let's share it up. Let's go.
Share party.
Yeesh. And for all of our people on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded, and remember to share.
Share.
All right. We did a video last night on AIP, which pretty much ran up 72% right there. 72%.
Yes.
Did a nice little video on that, little stonk review. We'll see what happens there.
Yep.
But currently, right now, we are looking at Lobo, which has since broken through the lovely float, but now it looks like it's forming a bit of a top tail, a double top here. Not a top tail. We got a double top over here at around 97 cents. Has to break through that 97-cent mark for it to be so much mexy to me. Otherwise, it's trying to break down below that 92-cent support. So looks like it's starting to run out of steam there, if you will. Looks like it's starting to run out of steam a little bit. We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see what happens. Right now, has to hold above that 92-cent mark and break through that $1 mark for it to really be so much mexy to me. Has to break through that 97-cent mark as well, because the 97-cent mark is where that double top is, and we don't like the double tops, DBO moms. We like the double bottoms, right?
We do like the double bottoms.
But better yet, we like them bottom tails.
Bottom tails.
Yeah, it's like lobster tails, but you know.
Lobster tail?
Lobster tail, man.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So,
Yes.
that's what we got going on there, ladies and gents. So, ELWS, let's see. No, actually, no. I already remember that one. That one was choppy as heck. That one was choppy as sin. Eesh. All right, let's take a look at HSCS. Let's see what they're doing. HSCS, that one's popping up a little bit for me. Let's see. Not looking pretty, not looking schmexy right now. Very, very low on the volume. RSI is, well, it was a bit overbought on the RSI. Now it's moving back down to respect the RSI. Currently up 10%. Not feeling this one. No news. Float is relatively reasonable at 1.9 million, but the volume is 135,000. So not liking that one, ladies and gentlemen. Not feeling it, ladies and gents. Man. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So currently HSCS, very choppy. A lot of indecisive wicks here. Very sporadic with the candles. Not feeling this one, ladies and gentlemen. Not feeling this one. Let's take a look at another stonk over here. Let's take a look at another stonk. Let's see. SMXT. Let's take a look at SMXT. SMXT did have some news. Let's see what we got going on over here. Boom. Let's go back down. Looks like it went and made a bit more of a pennant over here. So right now, SMXT has to hold above that 139 mark, break through 150, and then 169 for it to be so much Mexi to me. Has to break through this pennant over here. All right, and the RSI, ladies and gentlemen, is no longer overbought for the stunk. It is not overbought or oversold. It is leaning a bit towards the overbought section, but not really. So you got that going on right there. That's what we got going on. SMXT has some news that SolarMax was awarded a $127.3 million EPC contract for 430 megawatt battery storage project in Texas, and they actually surged on said news about that Texas battery storage project. So that's what they got going on so far. Let's take a look at that float. The float is 33 million and change. Volume has since exceeded that at 45 million and change. So the volume's a lot higher than the float. The float is still pretty heavy, so we got that going on right there. Not a big fan of heavy floats. You know how I feel about them heavy floats. SMXT did have a nice high of 72%. Right now 53%, so we'll see what happens there. But we'll have to take a look. We'll have to take a look and see what goes down over there, but has to hold above that 139 marker over there, break through 150, and then 169 shortly thereafter for it to be so much Mexi to meow. But right now it's not feeling it right now. Let's take a look at Lobo again, see what Lobo is doing. Is Lobo still got that double top going on? Let's see. Hopefully not, but let's see what goes down here. Let's see. All right. Lobo still got that double top going on, but it looks like it's trying to break through it a little bit. Has to break through that 97-cent mark and then that $1 mark for it to really be somewhat schmexy to me. But right now, it looks like it's trying to hold above that 92-cent mark, and it looks like it's trying to struggle to stay above it right there. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens, ladies and gents. That's what we got going on. That is what we got going on there so far. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get a share party going. Let's get a share party going. Share it up. Share it with your mom. Share it with your dad. Share it with your brother, your sister, your cat, your dog, your fish. I don't know. They don't have hands or fingers, but you know what? They could probably watch, right? I don't see why not.
Put the phone in front of the bowl.
Put the phone in front of the bowl. Exactly.
Yeah.
Little fish bowl. Put the phone right in front. They'll be like, ooh, ah, you know, go look at that. Yeah. Share with your kangaroo. I don't know. Some people actually do have pet kangaroos. I don't know why.
Well, they're good watch animals. They'll
Yeah,
beat the heck out of you.
they're boxing.
The house and they don't know you, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. They got PhDs in drop kicking, so you know.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah. So right now, Lobo has to hold above that 92-cent mark, and it looks like it's falling below it. So not feeling that one. Let's take a look over here. Let's take a look. Let's adjust this line over meow, bop, right there, and then let's get this down over meow, boom. Has to hold above that 87-cent mark over here. Has a bit of a descending wedge. We'll see what happens. Has to curl above that descending wedge, though, for it to really be so much Mexi to me. But right now, it looks like it's trying to hold above that 92-cent mark. Looks like it's trying to hold above it and break through that double top over there. We'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. But right now, it's falling below 92 cents. So, not feeling that. Let's take a look at the floating volume for Lobo. Let's take a look at that floating volume. No news for Lobo. No news for LOBO. Float is 3.1 million. Volume is 8 million and change. So the volume's a lot higher than the float. That's good. That's good. But it is a bit overbought in the RSI. So it's trying to probably respect the RSI right there because it is a bit overbought. A little bit overbought. So we'll see what happens there. But can it fall back down to where it has to go, or do you think it's gonna curl its way back up? I hope it curls its way back up. Quite frankly, I don't mind. I don't mind curlage. You know what I mean? I don't mind a little bit of curlage. Curl. You know what I mean? Yes. Let me get some water. Let me get some water, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get some water. There we go.
Yes.
Yes, sir. But yeah, currently we are doing our thing, just chilling. Keeping an eye on Lobo. Let's keep an eye on Lobo here. Let's see. Right now we got some small stonks going on over here. But yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, be sure to check out that 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $1.99. Link to join us in the description down below as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. And yes, there's lots of baggers, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of baggers, lots of times. All right. You got a couple baggers. Got a couple baggers and a couple of runners and all sorts of good stuff. You got RUBI 90%, AIP 72%, SMXT, that looked like an 8 for a second, SMXT 72%, CYCC 68%, STTK 60%, and OPAD 30%, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we got going on right there. Looks like Lobo is trying to curl its way on up again. Looks like it's trying to break its way out of that descending wedge. Looks like it's trying to up, and it breaks through 197. Looks like it's curling its way up past $1. There we go. There we go. Lobo. Come on now. $1 1 cent. $1 2 cent. Come on now. 103. Let's go. There we go. Looks like it's curling its way back up. Looks like it's curling its way back up. 104. Hit that 104 there. All right, there we go. New high right there. Little new high. A little bit of a new high. Boom. 104. Schmexiness. Yes. All right, that looks good, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. 104. 104, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Now, Lobo, honestly, in my opinion, needs a bit of a news catalyst and some more volume. But, hey, it do be like that sometimes. Now, it looks like it's got a bit of a double bottom going on here. It looks like a little bit of a double bottom, potentially. Maybe. We'll see what happens here. But let's see. Let's get that. Has to hold above that little 93-cent marker as well. Has to hold above 93 cents, 95 cents, and 97 cents. And really has to just keep curling its way up to 104. Has to break through that 104 mark. It did already break through $1, so could it break through 104? Maybe. Has a bit of a top tail, though. It does have a bit of a top tail. We'll see what happens here. We shall see what happens. Yes, sir. All right. You know, these are just my opinions, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, it'd be like that. But right now, currently, LOBO has a bit of a top tail, in my opinion, right there. A little bit of a top tail. All right. Curling this way on up. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. 104, ladies and gents. 104. Has to break through that 104 for it to be so much maxi to me. All right. All right. Well, that's going on. There's another ticker that's got some movement going on. EVER. Let's see what EVER is up to. We'll get back to Lobo as soon as possible. EVER. Let's take a look. Choppy. Not liking it.
Nope.
Has some news though that EverQuote Inc. Q2 2025 earnings call transcript came out, and they had $1 billion revenue roadmap and launched a $50 million share repurchase amid the Q2 profitability, and yeah, basically had a Q3 sales outlook set. Float is 26 million and change. Volume is 32,000, excuse me. So not a lot going on in the float department. Well, actually, the float department is rather heavy. Not a lot going on in the volume department. Not liking this one. Let's take a look at FTLF. Let's see what they got going on. FTLF, probably another stonk with very low volume. So the float for this stonk looks to be 3.13 million. Volume is 30,000. Not feeling that one too much either. Has some news. Oh, hold on one second. Dual says, trying to sign up for the trial. I'm getting the full package only. Ooh. All right. So, yeesh. All right, let's see here then. All righty. Let me take a look at that. Take a look at that. Yeesh. All right. Hold on. Let's see.
Please hold.
Yeesh. Alrighty. Okay. Alright. Let's see here. You should be able to find something through here. Let's see. There you go. Here you go, ladies and gents. Alright. Let's see.
Send to that link.
Oh, there's the link over here as well. Take a look at that link over there, brother. That's a good link. That's a
There
good
you
link
go.
to get it. FTLF, by the way, doesn't have much in terms of volume. Has a relatively reasonable float, 3.13 million. Volume is 30,000. Again, has some news over here. Fit Life Brands is actually going to acquire, which is the name of the company, is to acquire Irwin Naturals. So we'll see what happens there. And of course, there is some insider buying news in AK over there. So we'll see what happens with that as well. Let's go back to Lobo though. Lobo seems to be moving up nice, nice. Lobo seems to be moving up nice, nice. Take a look at that. 106, 107. There we go. There we go. All right. Looks like it's climbing its way up still. Climbing up, climbing up, climbing up. Looks like the volume is 13 million now. Float is 3.1 million. All right. Has some volume going on over there. A lot of volumation. Has to break that $1.07 mark over there for it to be so much maxi to me. Right now, though, it looks like it's curling its way on up. Looks like it's curling its way on up. Has a 98-cent support line. And then you got that $1.07 resistance line. There we go. There we go. Dual says thanks. No problem, man. No problem. No problem, brother. No problem. Beautiful thing is that, you know, the link to join is in the description down below as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out, ladies and gents.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Because we got beautiful, beautiful market movers scanners over here, which show all of the stocks that are currently being looked at by the scanner, as well as clickable links that show where the, you know, it gives you the chart, it gives you the float, the volume, all sorts of cool information about it, as well as the news and other things like that. Then, of course, you got the percentage change, whether the stock is moving up or down, the time in which it was changed over here, you know, the time in which it was scanned, the ticker, the price, the volume, the float, and a bunch of clickable links with all the tickers that are being looked at by the scanner.
Right.
Yes, sir. And then after that over here, lovely little research item, very useful for research, is the news desk over here with all sorts of cool stuff. It has a beautiful clickable link that allows you to read an article. Also has a synopsis of the article, and sometimes the article even has clickable links as well.
Yeah.
And then to top it off, you get tickers that are being affected by said article. So, and those are clickable too. So you could actually click on those links and then find out more information about the stock. And it looks like right now LOBO seems to be trying to curl a little bit. Looks like it's trying to curl a little bit. Has to break above that $1.07 mark. Looks like it's also fighting with another double top over here. Can it potentially break through? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But right now it has to break that $1.04 mark and then break that $1.07 mark for it to be so much maxi to me. Yes, sir. All right. So that's what we got going on there. That is what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of a double top. We'll see what happens here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're doing our thing right now.
Yeah. How about that share party, guys?
Let's get that share party going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a share party going.
Share party, share party.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let's get a share party going. Let's share it up, ladies and gents. Share it with your mom, share it with your dad, share it with your brother, your sister, your cat, your dog, your pet orangutan. And by the way, YMAB has ran up a nice 103%.
Oh, my.
A bagger.
That's a bagger.
YMAB, 103%. Very, very, very choppy.
Yeah.
Very choppy.
Yes, sir.
Very choppy. Had a very choppy shot upward. Ran up a nice 103%, but very, very low volume, and it was a little reluctant about this one, not gonna lie. Float is 29 million, volume is 23,000, so man, not feeling it. I mean, it is a bagger though. It is a bagger. I'll give it that. It is a bagger, but not something too schmexy to me. You know what I mean? LOBO, 103% bagger. Oh.
And we got
Yeesh. Yeesh. All right. There we go. Beautiful. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right.
yes, sir.
Okay. That's lovely. That's good. That's good. All right. So, right now, LOBO looks to be curling past the $1.04 mark. Has to break through it a little bit. It's trying to. It's testing it a little. It's testing it. But you know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. Has to break that $1.04 mark. And then after that, that $1.07 mark for it to be so much maxi to mia. Yeesh. That's what we got going on here. That is what we got going on. YMAB seems to be on a bit of an uptrend. But again, very, very choppy in my opinion. But it does have some, it did have a nice run. Nice run up. 103%.
Yes.
103%. Called it. So, you know, be like that. But it'd be like that sometimes. Now, Lobo has to break above that $1. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Baguettes?
How you doing?
Yes.
Constantly looking for new runners. That's why.
Yes.
Phone ringing.
Her phone ringing.
Where's the next runner?
Ring ding, ring ding. Where's the next runner? Ring ding is like the name of a pastry, isn't it? Ring ding, a ring ding.
Ring ding is the name of a snack cake.
Ah, well, that's what it's called. Okay.
Yeah, ring ding.
Ring ding. Ring that. Just like you should ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded and remember to share.
Eating a ring ding and ring.
I like that.
Yeesh.
That sounds pretty.
That was a nice little transition, huh?
You're eating that ring ding.
I like that.
Yeah, I
really
do.
like
That was actually a good one, huh?
Yes,
There we go.
that's
That's a good
good.
little transition right there. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that one right there.
That one right there. Okay.
That's a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me, ladies and gents. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded, and remember to share.
Remember to share.
Because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And, of course, if you want access to that 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for only $1.99, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. Pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. Just made different. Just made different. And the early bird gets the cash. The moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. So that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Much love. Duel says, I'm in the Discord. Thanks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Welcome aboard, Duel.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, brother. Welcome. Welcome,
We
welcome.
saw that.
I see you
Say
in
hello
there.
in the Discord and let us know.
Yeah. Say hello in the
Hello,
Discord.
let us see
Let us
you.
know.
Yes. Well, and we'll also get you a little greeting there as well, so you get an idea as to the instructions.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, you should be able to find that one actually in the lovely, beautiful CNM War Room, which is a lovely, beautiful place where our people can congregate. So you'll be getting those little instructions there as well. So yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for me. Take care of yourselves. Much love. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find us on the YouTube at Coaching Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coaching Money. You can find us on x.com, aka Twitter. Oh, wait, before I do say that, YouTube is where we get the lovely, beautiful video reviews. We did a video review on AIP, which ran up 72%. We also do some shorts there. We do lots of live streaming on YouTube. All sorts of good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share.
Remember to share.
Yes. And then, of course, we got x.com, a.k.a. Twitter, at Coaching Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coaching Money, where we do lots of live streaming and also stonk reviews and other things like that. You can find us there at Coaching Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coaching Money. You can find us on Twitch, where we do lots of live streaming at Coaching Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coaching Money. You can find us on Facebook, Threads, and Instagram at Coaching Money.
At Coach Nick Money.
At Coaching Money. You can find us on TikTok, Tiki Taki, aka the Tac Tac.
The Tac Tac.
The Tac Tac. You can find us there at DBL Nicks.
At DBL Nicks.
At DBL NICKS. And the screen name is Coach Nick Money.
Cash out.
Yes, sir. So that's pretty much it. Much love. It's Double Nicks. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and have a wonderful day, man. I hope all your dreams and aspirations come true. Make a lot of